Hello and welcome to Naked Filmmakers edition number 6. We've got some really good films this week to feature from different crowd sources. So it's myself, Lance Nielsen, and
Alex Tabrizi.
Breezy. So you can see that we're halfway through our own campaign at the moment. 35% funded on The Journey, starring Duncan Powell, Jason Fleming, Lindsay Colson. You can find us on Kickstarter under The Journey feature film or independent feature film, and we're on Facebook, Grease the Movie on Facebook. Like the page if you can't support us. Okay, so we're going to go straight into film number 5, Enemy of Man. This is by Vincent Regan. Shout out to Vincent, we like Vincent Regan, fantastic actor. And this is a sort of a shout out to Macbeth. It's a reimagining, I guess, and I believe Vincent Regan's actually directing it, and I think this is our good friend Jason Fleming is in it, who's also in our film. So we thought we had to give this a shout out really, because we like Mr. Regan, we like the Flem. What did you think of it, Alex?
Well, obviously it's a notch above quite a few things out there. It's a bigger budget, the cinematography's great, the lineup of characters in it is outstanding. So straight off the bat, it's extremely polished. It's already been shot, hasn't it?
I think most of it has either been shot, and this is for post-production, I think. I don't know that he's shot all of it. I remember they lost a fairly important day when someone's relative died, and it was all set to go. And Mr. Regan, we understand your stress. We've been through quite a few things like that in our shoot. But I've heard a lot of... I've never met Vince, but I've heard a lot of really nice things about him from a lot of friends who've worked with him, and Fleming's in the film, so that's good enough as well for us to give it a shout out. So it's doing quite well already because of all the big names, Sean Bean and everything, and I think they'll hit their target. But yeah, fantastic cast and good job. So let's go on to number 4 this week then. That's number 5. Number 4 this week is Beef. This
B33.
This could not be more different, to say the least. Now this is a British guy, Kenneth King, who's making this. This is his first small independent feature film. This is for post-production. 10 grand they're looking to raise, and it has already been shot. Alex wasn't so sure about this one, but a lot of the films we feature are not always British, so what I liked about Kenneth was he wrote a little bit about himself underneath the main pitch, and he's not had any formal training at all to be a director, and he suffers from degenerative disc disease, but nevertheless he got off his arse and made a film, and I think, you know, kudos to him. And it's really about how social media can get things out of control, how one little thing through social media and gossip and bad parenting and bad authorities bring these two lads into conflict, and that happens quite a lot actually, so a fairly realistic depiction. Alex, you want to say anything else about Beef?
Yeah, I guess just with the whole backstory about the guy who created this, directed this, you know, there's much to be admired, I think, and
yeah,
you know, it looks like a nice little film, I must say.
Yeah, so good shout out to you, Kenneth. We hope you get some money. And let's go on to number 3. Number 3, Chain. This is our art director friend Chris Reith's first film, I believe, as a director. Alex, why don't you talk about this one?
Yeah, so it's heavily focused on the art direction side. You've got a lot of concept art already being brought to the whole production, and this is Chris running through some of his influences that inspired this film. And it's kind of it's a bit hard to put in a genre in a box.
Reminds me of Jacob's Ladder. Did you ever see Jacob's Ladder?
Yeah.
That to me is what it comes across as, sort of
psychological kind of
Jacob's Ladder meets the Asylum sort of thing. And sort of like a guy trapped in his own madness. So Chris has worked with us on part 1 of our shoot. We thought we'd give him a little bit of a shout out, and hope it does well. It's difficult to say any more about the plot because it's you know, we don't really know it, but it looks interesting, it looks different, and anything that's different is always to be commended. Okay, so our number, anything else on that?
No.
No, on number two this week. So number 2 this week is Derringer's Revenge.
Derringer's Revenge.
Okay, so this is different for us. I don't think we haven't featured a cowboy film before.
No westerns.
No westerns thus far. Derringer's Revenge. The project's by Hobby Thompson, but I don't believe he's the producer or the director. And this is a group of filmmakers from California, and they're making a movie, a cowboy movie where the hero is a black guy, and there's a cameo by the first ever historical black lawmaker, sheriff. He turns up in it as a cameo. But the film's not about that character. It's about a fictional character.
Just introduces the character.
Yeah.
Because he's very untapped, isn't he? Or used in Hollywood, that character. And I think Morgan Freeman is gonna perhaps make a
interested
film.
in playing him. That's right.
Yeah.
This is the cowboy town that they're thinking of filming in. It looks a bit colourful. I don't know. Usually in the westerns they're all very drab and brown, but. Yeah, I mean, and they're talking about using it to shoot. I mean, it's a good pitch. It's got a great website, like the design on it and everything. The one thing that's lacking is it tells you about the story, about the characters.
Yeah, which is great. Good characters.
But there's no synopsis about the actual story.
Plot,
what happens to the guy, or we know his father's murdered in front of him, but we don't know what happens in the rest of the film. So I think it would be good for them to add some kind of storyline information. But because it was quite a unique one, we really liked it. So that was our number 2 this week. So that brings us to number 1, and definitely the most important film of the week. And just we're going to try and win money. Every week we try and win money for these projects. And I'm going to make a pledge now that if we win £1 million, I will fully fund this film, so because I believe this film is very important. So this is Lost Compassion. This is a documentary. It's the true story of Matrice Richardson, who basically caused a scene in a cafe. She refused to pay her bill. The police were called. She was a young woman, about 25, and she was tested for drugs, but she wasn't intoxicated in any way, and she was taken to the cells.
She was towed, her cell phone and wallet were left in the car.
That's right, and she was locked up in the jail. They contacted her relatives. Her relatives said, keep her there overnight, we will come and collect her in the morning. And when they came to do that, they found out she'd been released at 4 o'clock in the morning, with no means of transport, out in the middle of nowhere in a Californian valley of Malibu. This is right up country, not near the coast, with no means of getting home other than walking. I don't know if you're familiar with that area, but that's not an area you want to be walking around late at night. And this is her sister, I believe. And unfortunately her body was found 11 months later, down in this kind of valley. And nobody knows what happened to her. I mean, police negligence at the extreme.
And it alludes to that, doesn't it? That the police were somehow maybe involved or covered up some of their mishaps or things like that.
I mean, they refused to release tapes that prove that she was in the station because the captain wanted to cover his arse. I can't tell you how much this annoys me. And this is the area where her body was found, and I mean, she sounds like somebody who sort of had her whole life in front of her, and and the family actually called and said keep her in the station. I can't understand why the police released her on her own late at night, and I just wonder again as well if it was a middle class white family, if this would have been a very different approach. I just find this absolutely abhorrent, and I think this film is really important. It's fantastic it's being made.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the pitch itself?
Yeah, the pitch is good. I mean, this gives you an overview of the case and the documentary style, I guess, of the film. And sorry, I forgot to write down the filmmaker's name. That's terrible. Perhaps if we can go small screen, we can see it. but it's down here somewhere. But his it's a guy, isn't it, that's making this, I seem to recall. And a word from the producer. So Dan. Chip Croft. That's right. Yeah. Sorry, Chip Croft. I did mean to write your name down. He's writing this movie. I believe he does have the support of the family. And there's another lady called Dr. Rhonda Thompson, I think, who's involved in the campaign as well. We've already put a shout out about this online. So let's try and win some money.
Let's do it.
Because it would be
same time every week.
Do you know what? It would be great. Actually, I think this is probably the most important film that we've featured thus far. So it'd be really good if we can win some money this week and be able to actually. So
got
a winning
match
symbol. Oh, okay, I've got to match that to that.
Yeah.
Right, that's not won anything. So what's that? Oh right, okay, I see. Right, so we've won nothing there. This is in a row. Find 3 7s to win a prize. Okay, fine. Let's blitz that quickly. Oh, we've won something. We've won £5.
Oh mate, that's next week's ticket.
Just for those people that know, we need to win over £10,000 because that's our own goal. So if we win over £10,000, we will donate. We say that every week. So £5 will basically buy us next week's ticket. That's absolutely right. There are more games. Let's have a look. So if yours weighs more than theirs, 20 and 12 to 26. No, we've not won anything there. Okay. And then in a row, if the 2 numbers add up to 7, win a prize. Okay, so 1 4 4, 3 2 3. Oh yeah, we've won another prize. 3 and 4 7, right? Let me just check that. In a row, if the 2 numbers add up to 7, win a prize. 3 plus 4 is 7. So we've won £5 again.
2 weeks supply.
So we've won £10. So not a big prize, but we did. Considering the last 3 weeks we haven't won any money. That's quite good.
Yeah.
So big shout out to all the films this week. We hope you reach your target. Just to say that some of them are on Kickstarter. Derringer's Revenge, Enemy of Man. The other films are all on Indiegogo. Lost Compassion is on Indiegogo. I think, guys, if you're going to put your money into something this week, put it into Lost Compassion, a film that really needs to be made and seen, and the people responsible for the terrible death of that young woman have to be brought to book. So yeah, we fully support that campaign, and we'll do everything we can in our own social media to promote it as well over here in the UK. So like our page, Grease the Movie, on Facebook. Check out our own campaign. That's The Journey feature film under Kickstarter. It's not long actually until we film the next London shoot on the 24th of March, and then hopefully if we hit target we'll be doing the second part of our Grease shoot.
We've got a promotional event on the 22nd as well.
We have, on the 22nd of March at the Roxy Bar and Screen in London Bridge. You're all welcome to come until we fill it up, so do come along. That's all from us this week. Catch you again next time.